Hi guys, this is the second section of the teaching videos. In this section, we will talk about properties. As we all know, properties have been available in some programming languages, such as Microsoft Visual Basic, for some time, but Microsoft.NET framework has added support for them into Microsoft Intermediate language so that they can be easily implemented in any .NET programming language. You will see in this sessions that properties can often lead to a more natural style of programming without sacrificing robustness or violating the principles of object-oriented programming. So, what are properties? It is a long-accepted principle of object-oriented programming that it's a bad idea to give a user direct access to the data members that make up your classes. There are two main reasons for this. The first reason is if users directly access data members, they are required to know about the implementation of the class, and that might limit your ability to modify the implementation later. The second reason is users of your classes might accidentally or deliberately corrupt the data in objects by using inappropriate values, possibly leading to application failures or other undesirable results. As a result, it's recommended that you hide data members, making them private, and give indirect access to them by using member functions. In traditional C++, indirect access often have been implemented by using get and set members. Thus, a data member named date might be accessed using a pair of member functions named set underline date and get underline date. This method works fine, but client code always has to call the get and set functions directly. Properties in .NET framework give you a way to implement a virtual data member for a class. You implement the get and set parts of the property, and the compiler converts them into calls to the get and set members as appropriate, just like this example. It appears to the user that my class has a real data member called name, and the property can be used in exactly the same way as a real data member. Anyone who programmed in Visual Basic would find the idea of implementing properties using a get, set, and a let methods familiar. In the .NET framework, properties can be created and used in any .NET language. So you can create a class in Visual Basic and still use its properties in a C++ application and vice versa. There are two kinds of properties in C++/CLR language. They are scalar and indexed. A scalar property gives access to a single value by using a getter and a setter code. For example, a name property would implement a getter and a setter code to give access to the underlying name data. It's important to note that a property doesn't have to represent a simple data member of the managed class. A property can represent derived values. For example, if a class has a date of birth member, it would be possible to implement a property that calculates the age. Properties can also represent far more complex values, which might involve using data from other sources, such as searching databases or accessing URLs. An indexed property makes it possible for a property to be accessed as if it were an array using the traditional C++ square bracket notation. Indexed properties are also implemented by using getter and setter code, and the compiler automatically generates the required code. so that clients can use the square bracket notation. And in the third session, we will demonstrate how to implement scalar properties through an example. And see you next session.